Now, okay. So we're gonna hello everyone who's seeing us from the future. We've just done a minute of introduction and awesome music that you have unfortunately missed. But vibes are great with the amazing soundtrack the team made. If everyone can say where they're at in the chat, that would be awesome. We're going to do quick introductions with all of the amazing team that's here. Then we're going to do a little presentation of the journey of 8 Billion Minds of how we got here. And then we'll demo the site. We'll have some amazing guest speakers. We've got a real treat. I don't want to spoil it right now. Then we'll do a little Q&A and quiz, and we've got some prizes at the end as well. So unless there's anything else, we're going to get ahead with the journey of 8 Billion Minds. So we are on a mission to create the global live learning platform. It all started in 2011 when I was a private tutor, and I saw the benefits that one-to-one learning had for people. It was not just benefiting my pupils, it also benefited me as a teacher. Now, you might all know when you're in a safe environment of one-to-one learning, the teacher can create a tailor-made lesson for you, makes it bespoke for you, answers all the questions, it connects the dots. Unlike videos or other static courses, it can really do it, make the lesson just for you. And you can feel the passion and the excitement and the energy from the teacher as well. There's something about learning from human beings which is unique, and it will never be replaced, even with AI. It's something you can just get from other conscious minds that you can't get from anything else. Now, I was only one person, still am, and I wanted to scale up these benefits for people around the world, but there was a limit of my time. So how can we scale up all of these benefits for people right around the world? How can we connect people worldwide to teach and learn from each other, one-to-one and without cost? And when you scale up private tuition or one-to-one learning to people right around the world, there's other benefits that can happen as well. You can start to meet people from different parts of the world from the comfort of your couch. And particularly those people who just share their knowledge without money getting in the way. That's part of the sharing economy. They're pretty awesome people. They're the greatest people around the world who you can meet, similar to the people on couchsurfing, if anyone knows about that. As we probably all know, there's huge educational inequality around the world. I've been very fortunate with my education, being brought up in England from a middle-class family, but many people haven't got that privilege or circumstances. And so if we can connect up different parts of the world, we can have knowledge being shared into different parts of the world that it's never reached before. And if we're connecting, building those bridges between people from all different backgrounds, we can help solve global issues altogether by realizing that we're all the same. And we can also bring back the joy to learning. So when I was a kid, I loved learning. I was full of curiosity. And then the education systems kind of makes learning a bit more boring, a bit more stressful, a bit more goal orientated. So perhaps we can have some kind of global platform where people are teaching and learning from each other, and it's just for the pure sense of joy and without all these exams and stress getting in the way again. So all of this sums up into this neat solution that we call 8 Billion Minds. We call it the first free global one-to-one live learning platform. Now, specifically, what is that? Very quickly, it allows people to teach, learn, and share their knowledge. Any topic within the human mind. Lessons can be for just a few minutes to a few hours long. It can happen at any time, anywhere from the comfort of your couch or on a boat or wherever you want to be. It can be formal lessons, so you can be teaching, or it can be informal, so just chatting and discussing whatever's in your mind. You might know a lot of knowledge about something, but not be comfortable teaching it. So that's what we call informal, chatting about it, sharing. We can make it accessible to everyone around the world without there being cost. And we can provide all of the best learning tools all for free. So a virtual classroom, a whiteboard, tools, video, audio, etc. In essence, it's a decentralized peer-to-peer platform. So there's not a pre-made course. It's not owned by a certain government or institution. It's for people to choose who they want to learn from and to educate each other. It's a global community, all passionate about education. And we're uniting cultures and people from all different backgrounds around the world. And as I said earlier, we're trying to bring back the fun to learning. So this journey has been quite long. I had the idea almost 10 years ago. So let's have a little look at how 8 Billion Minds has formed into its current state. From the very beginnings back in 2012, when I was just a private tutor and didn't have a clue about entrepreneurship or about creating a project or building teams, I really had just an idea of what I thought should exist in the world. Initially, I started to create this platform with a friend of mine called Charlie. We used lots of free code, which was out there. The project was called iSkillU at the time. We were trading in time credits, and it was all offline lessons. Now, this was before cryptocurrency, so I like to kind of think that I was a pioneer of cryptocurrency. Of course, I wasn't. It was very simple time credits being swapped, but it was so unusable. I didn't know anything about UX at the time, user experience, to make platforms very nice and engaging. And so we kept on developing it. We made social media profiles and had these, lists of subjects people can teach and learn, and the credits on the profile. And we even had videos on the profiles that people could play, quite ahead of a time for a long time. But as you can see, the website looks terrible. We kept developing it. I started to outsource it to developing countries, to teams in India, started paying my money to local teams in Brighton to improve it. But as you can see, it still looks pretty bad. I did a crowdfunder in 2014. I actually went to India. I found a Indian programming team that I really liked. So I started to work with them, and I was driving around Chennai on the back of a motorbike with one of my programmers with a guitar and thinking this is an amazing life. And we kept developing the platform. We raised £3,000 to keep development, etc. And we eventually ended up with this site, which looks a lot better. We called it version 4, but there were some serious problems with it still because it was based on lots of free code. And then I started to think, okay, maybe we should start integrating a whiteboard, a virtual classroom, so people can connect right around the world instead of it being all offline lessons. But then I came to the conclusion that me and probably just one other person was not enough for this huge project. So I started to create a very large team. Now, skip forward to 2018. In this time, I've done many, a few other things in my life. I co-founded a few other projects and tried to be an astronaut and worked at NASA and failed at those things. Failed at being an astronaut, of course. And have this amazing team right now in 2018. All of these lovely faces that you can meet soon.
Hi, Sam. I just wanted to jump in, so I thought it'd be the perfect time to do the quick team intros.
Yep, sure. We can do that. I was going to do it just after, but I think timing is right now super while we see all these lovely faces. Do you want to start, Emma?
Yeah, hi everyone. It's really nice to see all of you here. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Emma, I'm the community building lead, and I've been on the team for about 3 years now. I've worked in marketing for the last few years, and I'm working for a housing charity at the moment. So I've been able to bring my experience from that to 8 Billion Minds. Who should we go with next? Nika?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. Hi, I'm Nika. I'm based in England. I have been with 8 Billion Minds since 19, I think, 2019, April. And yes, I've been doing the illustrations and animations of some of the videos you will find on the website and some of our social media posts. And I'm also a secret techie, so I have given some advice on some of and testing lots of things and QAs and things we have done in the past. And yeah, so it's fantastic to see you all, and I hope you all have fun using the service. Izzy?
Yeah. I'm Izzy. I'm based in Warsaw, Poland, but I'm based in lots of places all the time. So I am a community builder. I've been with 8 Billion Minds almost a year and a half. And yeah, helping with social media, marketing, just wherever really I can help. And I don't really have an extensive background, but it's something I enjoy doing. So it doesn't even feel like volunteering. It just feels like doing great things. So yeah, let me pass it over to Anna Maria.
Hi, I'm Anna Maria, and I've been a community builder for about 4 years. And outside of that, my job is to create an art gallery founded in the Social Inclusion Project. And I'm so excited that we're launching today, and it's really great to see so many people here. I'll pass it over to Georgina.
Hiya, I'm Georgina. I'm one of the community builders at 8BM, based in the UK. Yeah, experience-wise, again, not an extensive background. I have a bachelor's degree in media and comms, and I've worked in a few job roles, also do sort of content improvement, doing things like copywriting, bit of content design, bit of quality assurance. But yeah, I love all things content, and it's been so great to help 8BM grow to where it is so far. And thank you for coming today. Right, pass it over to Liana.
Hi, my name is Liana. I am a front-end developer with 8 Billion Minds. I'm based in South Australia, and I don't really have a related background to developing, but I recently joined in November 2022, and it's been a great experience, and I'm really excited for you all to see this platform. Alice.
Hi everyone, I'm Alice. I'm from the UK as well. Graduated from university last year, and I've since moved over to Spain, living in Madrid as an au pair for the year. I did Spanish and Italian as my degree, so I'm especially excited about the language opportunities it's going to have on the platform for language learners like myself. I think the kind of one-on-one, speaking opportunities is going to be great for, helping people's confidence. So yeah, super excited for that.
I think we just got Saj next.
Yeah. Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Sajana. Originally, I'm from Sri Lanka, and I'm calling in a bit far off from everyone else. I'm all the way in Dubai, and my role in 8Billionminds is as a product manager, which is not exactly my day job, where I work as an aircraft engineer and project manager in an airline. So thank you all for taking your valuable time and interest to come through today to see these next steps of this incredible platform. So we do hope you teach, learn, and share all those weird and wonderful things, and the entire team is at your disposal for any and all questions to make your experience the best that it can be.
Awesome. Is there anyone else from the team here? I'm just having a look. I don't think so. If there is, then please jump in and say hi. We are a global team, and so there's a lot of people asleep right now or at work if they're in America. So fortunately, we've got some of the Europeans and those that can make it, but there are a lot of other amazing people that might be able to jump in later in the call if they wake up, etc. Okay, great. So I'm going to now jump back and share the presentation. Can you all see my screen? Yes.
Yes.
Great. So we eventually, after all these fabulous people started helping the project, we then made the difficult decision to start again from scratch with our code and try and build it in a way which was scalable without using all the free stuff out there. So this is version 5. But it still looked a bit rubbish, as you might be able to see. It was a bit outdated. And so it's taken, a few years to improve it. And we integrated with another virtual classroom, and we were all ready to launch with this. And then, of course, the virtual classroom company decided to cease operations. after we had paid it for about 2 years to integrate it into our platform, a few weeks. So we had to then swap to a different virtual classroom, which is even better than this one now. So we're finally on to version 6, and this is the one that you'll be able to see if you go to 8billionminds.com. Do that later. And you can search for a subject and find people. And let's have a little look at the intro video now. Can you see this? Yes. Okay.
By the year 2035, there will be more than 8 billion people online. Imagine what it will be like to be able to reach out to any of them and tap into the wealth of priceless information and experience they have. Welcome to 8 Billion Minds. We are a free online platform where you can learn, teach, and chat about almost anything directly from an expert in real time without fees, constraints, or judgment. We believe that learning directly from another human is the best way to learn. It inspires, improves motivation, increases your retention rate, connects the dots, and gives you instant help and feedback. Whether you fancy picking up algebra, learning a language, or discussing life's philosophy while trekking the Amazon, you can find it all here. 8 Billion Minds is created by volunteers who are passionate about fostering this new global education system, one that is decentralized and fast, a place where everyone can speak, learn, and share anything within a friendly and encouraging community. We've only just started, and you can too. Sign up now at 8billionminds.com.
And so let's talk about the full vision of the platform. Well, it's basically the couch surfing for education that we want to create. For those who don't know what couch surfing is, it basically allows people to travel the world and sleep on people's couches or spare rooms. It's a really nice community around the world that's sharing their property. And we're kind of doing the same, but with education, where people are sharing the knowledge in their minds. We want to integrate 8 Billion Minds into static educational pages all around the internet, so that if you're browsing somewhere, you can then find someone that can speak to you about it and bring you that energy and passion about it. We want to be the live learning version of Wikipedia. So imagine Wikipedia, but instead of static text, we are allowing you to meet people about these different topics. We want to provide the top learning tools for people. So virtual classroom, maybe virtual reality, maybe integrate AI at some point to help with lesson tips, etc. And we want to enable hundreds of thousands of learning sessions every day. They can be minutes long, they can be hours long. And we want to enable instant connections for on-demand learning. So in the future, you'll be able to go onto 8 Billion Minds, and within seconds, you'll be able to have a teacher. At the moment, you're kind of requesting sessions for the future, but later on, we'll enable it all to be much more instant and real time. So we've got a few very short videos, each 30 seconds long, to help explain how the site works. And you saw Nika earlier, who made these great videos. So that's how you sign up. Now let's find out how to request a session. And finally, let's see how you start a lesson. Awesome. So hopefully that's given you a bit of an overview. Now, how do we finance 8 Billion Minds? It costs us roughly 50 cents per hour for 2 people using the whiteboard with video. That's about 50 rupees or about $0.50, very roughly. So we do rely on donations from our community. We are paying it out of our own pockets at the moment, but as lots of people start using the platform, hopefully they chip in a little bit to cover the costs of the tech licenses and the servers. There is a page on our website for donations, and you can just put in a bit for PayPal if you start to use the platform. And of course, we're looking for sponsors as well. So if you have an organization that you'd like to sponsor with us, then please do email us. We are very lucky right now. We have a few awesome sponsors such as HE Space, one of the leading space recruiting companies. And we also are in the Microsoft incubator, the NVIDIA incubator, and AWS. Amazon has given us some server credits to support some of the servers, but we still do need to pay this 50 cents per hour for 2 people. So now let's have a look at the platform. We'll do a quick demo and hopefully it all works. As you all know, live demos are notoriously difficult to do. So let's see if it all works for us today. So let's create a new user. So let's just call it Sam Nef Test Demo Day. And there's a little trick that we can use so that I still get the activation email. I live in Bansko in Bulgaria at the moment. So let's sign up. And then it says, please check your email for activation link. So fingers crossed, everyone, that the activation link comes through within a nice amount of time. And here we go. There it is. So now let's activate the account. And then we ask everyone to introduce themselves. So we're trying to make it feel like a nice, warm community. You don't have to copy Alice here, who likes rabbits and cakes. She has qualifications in quantum tunneling and experience working tea shops. Obviously write anything. So, hello, it's great to be here. I look forward to sharing what I know and learning from you all amazing people. And obviously, the more information you can put here, the more people get to know you. So once you introduce yourself, then you start to list all the things you want to learn. So I don't know, today I feel like a bit of philosophy. I'd love to speak to someone about philosophy. There might be something else I want to learn. Could be anything in the human mind. I don't know, chess boxing, there's some quirky things out there. So once you've said all the things that you want to learn, then it's your chance to say all the things you can share with people or teach. So I don't know, I could teach physics for sure. I probably am at intermediate level. I've done a physics degree and I've had experience of teaching. So I'm going to put that there. I'm very interested in the standard model and quantum mechanics. So you can write a few things here and these words are searchable as well. So the more information here about these subjects, the better. I have a physics degree. That will help people understand what you know. And then you click add and the subjects go here. And so you start to build up a list of all the things that you can share, etc., etc. Once you've done that, then let's click done. And it has these videos here that you can go and watch in your own time, but you've just seen them. Now it explains to you that you can go to the My Matches page at any time to see the amazing people that you match with. So let's do that now. Let's click Get Started. And it goes to the My Matches page. So all these people are the people that match with those things that I said I want to learn. So I want to learn philosophy, and we've got 3 results here. Of course, we've just started the platform, so there's not going to be many results. So if there isn't a result, please stick with the platform as people join, or scroll down and you can see more subjects to learn, and we'll put in some random subjects that you might like the look of. So A-level history by Lloyd, or vegan cheese by Keith. So there's lots of things. But let's have a look at these profiles. So I don't know, Gemma or Izzy. Well, Izzy's got one review here, and she's a graduate of politics, philosophy, and economics. So let's have a look on this. She is an 8BM team member, and look at all these things that she can share. And I can see that she's taught 185 minutes already. She's got a great response rate. She's got a 4 out of 5 rating. So she's looking pretty good. I can even click here and check out her LinkedIn. So let's request a session from her. So let's do that in, what time should I do this? For me, 10:40, I think would be a good idea. And let's choose philosophy. And I can suggest a duration. So I don't know, maybe I want a 30-minute session. And of course, she can say she's only got 10 minutes or even more. Now, it would help if I give as much information to the potential teacher as possible. So my previous knowledge in this subject is I've read about one book on the topic and thought about it in my spare time. What would you like to know more about specifically? Maybe an overview of the subject. Why would you like to learn from Izzy? You look awesome. So the more information there, the better. So let's submit that request. And now it's sending the request, and it has now hopefully sent. There we go. So I can now go onto the lessons page, and I can see all the subjects that I've requested. So these are a list of all subjects that I'll be sharing with people. Of course, there's none at the moment. And these are all the lesson requests that I've made. So at the moment, we can see that this lesson request is pending. So hopefully she will accept that at some point. In the meantime, I can show you a bit of the other places around the website. So everyone's got their profile page. You can edit your profile page. You can upload a nice picture of yourself. I'll just choose a random one of the sun here. So let's just confirm that. I can edit my subjects to share. I can edit my subjects to learn. And now let's go onto that lessons page. If you hover over the light bulb, it says when your next lesson is. So we can see now that she's confirmed it. And I can download this to Google Calendar if I want. And what will happen is 5 minutes before the lesson, this light bulb should turn on. And if the light bulb turns on, there'll be a link to the virtual classroom appearing. So let's see if that happens. It's now 5 minutes. Oh, 5 minutes to, and just like clockwork, there we go. Next lesson about to begin. Philosophy with Izzy at 10:40 p.m. my local time. So let's now open that whiteboard. And so here we go. Here's the 8 Billion Minds whiteboard. And here it can say at the top, it now says connected to Izzy. So we know that Izzy is now on this board. I'm going to draw hello, hi.
Hiya, hi, I'm on the board, ready to start the call.
Brilliant. So important thing is bottom right, click this button, start call, everyone. Some people miss that. This button down here is very important, start call. So hopefully now Izzy will also click start call, and then we'll be able to see her lovely face.
I'm on the call. You should be able to see me. If not, let me leave and just start it again.
It could be because Zoom is taking...
Oh, because my Zoom camera. Yeah, it's not gonna... Yeah.
So if your video isn't working, then you can always close the classroom, reopen it, and it should fix any of these issues.
Yeah. Let's just pretend I'm on the whiteboard. I think it's because the camera is being used by another application. So let's have this philosophy lesson, Sam. What do you think?
Sounds great.
Okay, so one of the tools we have available to us is an amazing drop file, which is super helpful. So right now you should see on Sam's screen me dropping a file of something called the trolley problem, which is one aspect of philosophy that lots of people find very interesting. So let's use more tools available to us. We can make a text box.
Have you dropped it on, Izzy?
Yes, I have. I think you have to scroll down, Sam. You might see it or zoom out.
I do not see it. That's weird. Did you click start call?
Yeah, I'm on the call. I'm on the call.
That's very strange. It says we're connected. This has never happened. Have you seen my arrow in drawing?
No.
I don't know if you're in a place. We've never seen this bug before.
Okay, how about we leave and rejoin?
Do you wanna, we'll both do that.
Yeah, end the session or rejoin the
Just
lesson?
close the tab. If you click end session, anyone, that actually closes the lesson and you'll never be able to rejoin it. But this is a nice little chest, so let's close that. And then we can always reopen the whiteboard.
Okay, I'm in. I see your message. So let's do that again.
Great. Okay, you can see. There we go. Now it's all working. Do you want to click start call and mute as well, just in case it's able to figure out the video this time? And there we go. There's his lovely face. And
okay.
We've not seen that bug before, but I'm sure our devs will investigate it. It's incredibly complex, this tech. That's the one thing I can try and get across. This has taken a long time, so to get to this point, with all it being free to people, is an amazing achievement by the team. So over to you, Izzy.
Yeah, so here's the trolley problem. I can add over a graphic. I can add over a text box, edit the font. Let's make it this one, make it bold. That's my topic. Change the background. There we go. So welcome to the trolley problem philosophy demo. Like I said, we can add a text. So let's add some substance to this lesson. A pre-prepared explanation of the problem. Let's make it bigger for everyone to see. So the trolley problem, what is it? It's a thought experiment in ethics. So it's the typical one that I'm sure we've all heard of before. Would you pull the lever to save one person, save 5 people if this trolley is going to be on a course of hitting just 1? So this is a typical philosophy question. If you want to learn more, of course, feel free to read the little intro that I've prepared while I show some more tools. So what can we do? We can draw like Sam is showing, like I'm showing, point out some arrows, highlight some text. If there's a mistake that I made, I can easily rub it out and change the color and do something else again. Or meanwhile, having a great interaction with Sam, back and forward, asking about anything he doesn't understand. He can clearly see what I'm adding. I can ask him about any questions. He'll reply straight away. It's a great way of learning from each other.
Amazing. So lots of possibilities here, and we'd love to see what you'll get up to. When you do create a screenshot or a little video recording and send it to us, and we can use it for social media and to help educate other people how people can use this. So lots of possibilities, and we'll constantly be improving this as much as we can. So I think, and we have a little counter up at the top. It says 5 minutes long. And basically what happens with the sessions is that the website tracks how much you give and it tracks how much you take. So on my profile now, it will see that I've taken or I've learned for 5 minutes, and it will show on Izzy's profile that she's given 5 minutes. So other people are likely to, accept lessons from Izzy, lesson requests from Izzy in future. The more you give, the more you take from others. Great, thank you so much, Izzy. Shall we end the call now?
Yes.
Lovely. And then after you've ended your call, you can see it on the lessons page, and be sure to try and leave feedback for other people if they've given their precious time to you and given you some extra knowledge. So Izzy taught me the trolley problem. She was amazing. Great. So try and leave people's feedback on people's profiles, and you can see it on her profile there, and you can message people, etc., etc. So that, I think, is a quick run through of the platform. If there are any questions, we will get to them soon. Thank you very much, Anne, for your comment of saying it's great technology. Exactly, Sharon. If all else fails, reboot. Fortunately, we managed to get the demo working. Thank you, Jean, for the feedback about the live demo. We will have a little quiz soon, and we'll have a Q&A with everyone where we'll get to questions. So now let me get back to the presentation. And, oh, no, in fact, I can actually go straight to the next section, which I believe is the quiz. Is that right, Emma? Is it? Do I throw it over to you now?
We're going to hear from our guest speakers next, and then we'll be doing the quiz after that.
Okay, good. Someone's paying attention, eh? Thank you, Emma. Great. So for the first guest speaker, do we have Anthony here?
Yeah. Hi.
Great. So Anthony's the CEO of Wellfound, one of 8Billionminds' partner. And if you're ready, Anthony, I'll throw it over to you to give a bit of a overview. And sorry, Anthony, before you start, we're showing you some amazing speakers now, just to get you all thinking about the possibilities of how we can use the 8BM platform. And of course, these lessons could be done through the 8BM platform, but just for simplicity now, we're going to just do PowerPoint presentations, just very short 5-minute ones. And over to you, Anthony. Thank you so much.
Okay. Great. Hi, everyone. A fantastic platform. Congratulations for getting this far. I started kind of got involved with 8Billionminds very recently, and saw the possibility of how far that could reach, and also connect people from all walks of life, and bring different kind of experience and exposure for us to realize how the world operates and the knowledge that it has across a number of sectors. Wellfound is a small but a grassroots charity working in West Africa. But until I visited a small West African country called Guinea-Bissau, I did not realize how much water has the impact on people's life. Until then, it's a commodity that you need to drink. You don't even realize whilst you have shower, watering the plants, and so on and so forth. But until I've been there, I just realized how people's life connected to water, particularly when they don't have enough water, which made me to spend a lot of time in Africa, and especially in very remote places, and also kind of realize the impact those part of the world face, or in the phase of facing much more disastrous scenarios. So I just like to kind of share some of my experience on the ground, and also kind of highlight some of the big issues that generally being perceived in this part of the country. So so we all know that, like, the water crisis, in particularly in Africa, is quite prominent, and we have seen that through media and various other platforms. And from my experience working in this part of the world for the past 10 years, I can gradually see the impact getting worse directly as a result of climatic changes. and the population growth and the lack of infrastructure and moreover the lack of governance that is expected at the government level. This is one of the projects that we have done, and you can see the impact that lack of water has on people, and the amount of time that they spend just to kind of access some water is unbelievable. And it's hours and hours they wait a long time. And for me, that's a very valuable resource on human, where they could potentially do some agriculture or do a job or learn, which also has an impact on the economy and on the environment. So the problem is much more broader and wider than just drinking water. But saying that, I mean, the availability of water, except in certain places, it's there. I mean, there is a lot of groundwater. You go monsoon rains and rivers and lakes. However, they are not organized properly, and there's a greater disparity between urban and rural areas, and the technology never reaches there, whether that be to filtration, distribution, and so on and so forth. And also there is lack of investment and commitment from the government and so on and so forth. Therefore, the problem is pretty much led to the people who need to resolve this particular problem. And this is one of the photos which I recently took in Sierra Leone, where children had to fetch water, and I was following them for 40 minutes until they get home. So it's a real scenario. And this is one of the infrastructure that we put in. But however, to keep it short, there is a bigger role played by the international organizations, which have taken this particular aspect, and not only just to provide water for drinking, but also to look at much more of a broader solution for years to come. On one hand, on one end, that the impact of climate is a very real threat, on top of infrastructure and financial contributions. But what WellFound is actually doing is that when I was speaking to people, it's important that we find solutions within rather than an imposed solutions, because they are very resilient. Communities are very resilient and very good problem solvers. So we spend quite a lot of time with the communities. Yes, the solution can be having a well or something like that, but how do we kind of make that a possible tool for being more resilient when the situation gets really worse as a result of climate, and also when the groundwater depletion is also a very prominent issue. So we currently working in Guinea-Bissau and Sierra Leone in very remote places, working with very remote communities, whereby we find solutions and use water as a tool to bring agriculture, health, and other well-being issues. But there's a very important thing is there by spending more time with the communities, you're able to find some solutions and bring more sustainable outcome. And this is one of the gardens where they grow vegetables from the water. And just to kind of summarize, like this is one of the photos that I took from the plane over Guinea-Bissau, where you can clearly see the level of deforestation happening. On top of the climatic change and irregular rain patterns, the impact is going to be quite significant, and the awareness of such is extremely low among communities. So that's what we teach them. And we also kind of try and bring more sustainable measures, like training local people, bring their capacity to be able to understand and come up with solutions, and also bring them the skills and the capabilities to manage their own issues. Thank you. I just wanted to kind of show this as a platform where 8 Billion Minds can bring expertise from all over the world and share that particular knowledge and aspects to different things. So thank you. Thank you for listening.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Anthony. Great stuff. Okay, now we're going to move on to my friend and old university professor of physics, Winnie. Are you there?
I'm there.
Hi there, Winnie. Over to you.
Oh, great, excellent. Yeah, so I think what Sam is doing is really an outstanding idea. I've known Sam for a long time, and in fact, Sam used to teach me guitar. So we, in some sense, we already practiced what is 8 Billion Minds very much so ourselves, and I think it's a really amazing idea, and I love to learn other things. So I was very happy when Sam asked me to talk about quantum computing. So I'll try in 5 to 10 minutes give you guys an idea what is quantum computing, and so this is what I work on, and maybe let me see if I can move this. Okay, so you, some of you or many of you would have heard of Moore's law. So that tells you how computers become faster and faster. So the number of transistors inside a processor, which then determines how fast the computer is. But when microchips become more and more advanced, there's an end to Moore's law, and meaning like computers can't go any faster anymore because transistors is essentially a single atom, and that's where the idea of quantum computers come in. And so quantum physics is this really wild, strange, and counterintuitive theory in physics, in which an object can be at 2 different places at the same time. So you can watch this lovely 8 Billion Minds presentation and have dinner, breakfast, or lunch, whatever time zone you're in, at the same time. And so that actually works really in physics. In our lab, we can do that with individual atoms, for example, or there's other strange phenomena like entanglement, what Einstein called spooky. Now, all of these things you can tame and use to build a new type of computer. And what is that? A quantum computer is a machine that actually has very little to do with conventional computing technology, but may follow a very similar trajectory. And so what can a quantum computer do? It can solve certain problems where even the fastest supercomputer might take billions of years to solve. And if you're mathematically minded, it changes the scaling, how long it takes to solve a certain problem. So this is a bunch of examples what quantum computers can do. So things like understanding nitrogen fixation that might use the energy you need to make fertilizer. 2% of the world's energy is spent you making fertilizer. So you can imagine that might be an important thing if you can make that more energy efficient. Protein folding, breaking RSA encryption, or maybe more important, simulating other systems, physical systems. That could be a chemical reaction, you could create new pharmaceuticals. So there's a lot of really interesting stuff a quantum computer can do. But it's really hard to build, and we're building quantum computers using charged atoms or ions. And this is a picture of each bright dot is actually one atom, one charged atom, which we hold using electric fields and using microwaves or lasers. You can now change the state of the electron from one trajectory to another. And as such, we encode now a bit into the atom. So one trajectory of the electron could be 0, and the other trajectory could be 1. And so now you can encode information into an atom. And now the trap an atom, what you'd like to have is some kind of minimum of electric field to hold the atom, but there's a physics law which prohibits that. And so instead you have to have some kind of oscillating potential like this. And just to show you that really such an oscillating electric potential can actually trap something. I've got a little model. So here's a saddle. You can see the ball rolls off the saddle when you place it on the saddle. Now, when you make that saddle spin, you can see that if I now place the ball on the saddle, it actually stays on top. And so that's how our stuff looks in the lab. So this is a vacuum system. Inside the vacuum system is a microchip, and that holds a hair width above the surface of the microchip where we hold individual atoms. And that's how it looks inside. And the microchip kind of looks like this if you were to zoom really close. So little shapes. These are electrodes that put voltages on. They're emitting electric fields, which then on top hold ions that you can now move around on this array. When you do a computation by just moving ions around and performing entanglement operations, so quantum gates, so that's kind of where the magic or weirdness of quantum physics comes really into quantum computing. And then you can even couple microchips together. So you need to do that if you want to do really hard computation where you need more quantum bits than you can hold on a single chip. And so this is something we've just recently done in our laboratory. So you see 2 microchips here. And if you zoom close, there's a little gap between these microchips. We managed to send a single atom. You can see this on this little film here. See that the bright dot here at the bottom, and that now moves between these 2 microchips. Right now, it's actually moved around 1,000 times between these 2 microchips till it turn up here. So it can go very fast, and that's how we can even send information between microchips, between quantum computing microchips. That means we can build a bigger quantum computer by just adding more and more of these microchips together to then enable real life quantum computations. So, so in 2017, we drew up a blueprint of how you go about building a quantum computer. So that's a little film. And I think I'm going to end my presentation with that little film. You can kind of see how we load 2 ions into that microchip. You can bring them over. Now you connect these 2 atoms or ions using microwave fields. You've now entangled these 2 ions. This is what Einstein called spooky. And now by changing the voltages on these electrodes on the chip, you're going to see that in a second. We can now move the ion over to a different zone of the quantum computer microchip. And using an integrated detector, you can detect the quantum state or the result of the computation, which is now measured by a detector inside that chip. And so a quantum computer looks a bit like a game of Pac-Man. So you can see all these balls moving there. Each ball is an atom. Just by moving them around and by carrying out these gates, you can actually do a computation. And this is a quantum computing module, what you see here. And now you can couple multiple of these together. So you can see that here. We place one of these modules now on a frame. And now we place a second one next to it. And now we can actually send individual atoms between one microchip and another. So you can see that in a second. So first, if they're not aligned, you can't really move them from one chip to another. And if you now align them, you can transport them from one microchip to another microchip. And so then you can just add more and more of these quantum computing modules and microchips together to form a practical quantum computer. And so this is kind of what we do right now is we build practical quantum computers. Once you can do that, it allows you to maybe create new pharmaceuticals instead of 10 years and the cost of 10 billions of pounds, maybe in a fraction of the time, in a fraction of the cost. So it's a huge opportunity, but it's also a big challenge. Building quantum computers is really hard because you have to tame these very strange quantum phenomena. And so this is maybe like my, I don't know how long I've taken now, 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, my 5 or 10 minutes intro to quantum computing. I hope I've managed to give you guys a bit of info. but I thought, like, this could be a great thing for 8 Billion Minds, people sharing what they can. And equally, I would be very thankful for somebody teaching me guitar or stuff which I'm utterly terrible in. So I thought this is really a great spirit of 8 Billion Minds. So thank you very much.
Amazing, Winnie. I absolutely love that so much. Took me right back. And if anyone has any questions, of course, we'll put it into the chat and we'll get to them later. Thank you once again. And now our third and last speaker, I'm going to throw it over to Tom, if you are there. Are you able to jump? Right.
Thank you. Hey everybody, it's great to be here. I'm going to talk about a topic very interesting to myself. I'm going to invite you to join me. The first thing that I'd like everybody to do is just to look around where they are right now. So you're in your kitchen or in your room, and just really be as present and lucid and awake as possible. I know it's quite late for some of you in certain parts of the world, but just to be very in the here and now, because I've got a question for you all, and that question is, what if this were actually a dream? Now, I've asked you to just become in a very awake state, and if you were in a dream and you suddenly became very awake, then this would be a kind of contradiction in terms, right? Because usually when we are asleep, we are not conscious, we are just going about our dreams, and to become awake inside a dream would be quite a novel experience. Well, I'm going to talk about a phenomenon called lucid dreaming, which is essentially becoming awake whilst you're still inside your dream. So if you imagine that right now you were in a dream, then you would be having a lucid dream essentially. This is not just an imagined thing. This is a real phenomena. It's been scientifically proven in the laboratory. About 55% of people have been said to have had a lucid dream in their lifetime at least once. Can I get a show of hands if anyone has experienced this themselves? Has anyone ever had a lucid dream? There we go. I can't see all of your screens, but maybe just above half will have their fingers up or hands up. So why would you want to have a lucid dream? Well, adventure. For me, this is the number one. To explore the dream world and experience some of the strange dream phenomena that I'll detail later on. You could jam with dream characters and use this for the purpose of creativity. Whatever your art form, maybe paint or sculpt and explore your art form. Maybe you want to rehearse a performance or presentation that you've been working on, or to problem solve in some kind of way with or without other dream characters. Maybe you want to take control of a recurring nightmare and conquer this, or even a fear itself, allowing you to confront something that in the real world, when it presents itself, you will be that much more rehearsed in dealing with. So what I'm going to do in this short amount of time is tell you how to have a lucid dream. And the very first thing you need to do to have lucid dreams is, of course, increase your dream recall. So this means having a dream journal. And a good tip for this is when you wake up, not moving your body, because a lot of your dreams are stored in the physical position you wake up in. So you've got you wake up and then you don't move and you think about what you were just dreaming about, and then you go back and collect your dreams. And once you've done that, write them down. Because if you don't remember your dreams and you had a lucid dream, then you wouldn't know that you had a lucid dream because you'd forgotten it. So that really is number one. And then next of all, you need some lucid dream induction techniques to actually trigger a lucid dream in the dream. So one of these is performing reality checks. So when you're going about your waking life, you can do some reality checks to check you're not dreaming. You could, and everyone can do this if they like, just hold your nose and see if you could breathe through your nose whilst holding your nose. Now I can't breathe whilst holding my nose, so that means that this is reality. Yes. If I could breathe through my nose, then I would be in a dream. What are your hands looking like? Do you have werewolf hands? Do you have vortexes spinning in the middle of your palms, or long fingers, or too many fingers? If your hands look strange, you're dreaming. Another one, just as an example, light switches do not work in dreams. These kind of technical devices just don't work. Your brain cannot handle this kind of functionality, and so mechanical things don't work. That's one thing you do. You do that often in the day, and then the idea is that that habit will manifest when your actual dream, and then you'll realize that you're dreaming. Another technique you can do is called the mild technique. It's the mnemonic induced lucid dream. This is where before going to bed you think, I am setting the intention to realize that I'm dreaming. I'm going to realize that I'm dreaming. I'm going to realize that I'm dreaming tonight. I'm going to realize that I'm dreaming tonight. And you're using that memory to try to remember to become lucid. Another one, and this is probably the most mind-blowing one, is the wake-induced lucid dream, the wild technique. This is indeed pretty wild, and I've only managed to do this once. It's where you wake up in the middle of the night, preferably about 5 hours into your sleep cycle, where dreams are going to be happening more frequently, and you just lay there in the real world with your eyes asleep, and you try to go from a fully waking state seamlessly into the dream world. And you do this by relaxing your body, relaxing your mind, letting your mind and your body fall asleep whilst maintaining consciousness. Very, very difficult. And you will hear strange sounds about you, and images will come, and then you'll be in a different place. Really, really crazy, crazy thing to experience. As I said, I only done that once, but pretty amazing. So I'm going to teach you with the remaining time I have left how to fly. Flying is not as easy as you might think. That is actually a skill that takes some practice. In the dream world, things respond to your expectations. So if you were to use telekinetic superpowers, for example, you'd have to expect an object to fly into your hand in order for it to do so. So we're training a sort of expectation. So to fly, you have to literally expect yourself to start rising up into the air. And after a while, you get the hang of it, and you can use this superpower. So a few little words of warning. When you start to experience this phenomena, you might get so excited that you wake up straight away. Don't worry. Just keep at it, and you will surely get the hang of it. Some people also will wake up from a dream, and they will experience sleep paralysis. This means that your body will be paralyzed, but you will be in there in a waking state. Don't worry, eventually your physical function will come back and everything will be fine. And also, if you can't wake up from a dream, don't worry. You're not like trapped there. Everything will be fine. So thanks very much for listening. It was a pleasure to speak to you. And this is just a glimpse into the fascinating world of lucid dreaming. So ride some roller coasters, go snowboarding, breathe underwater, have a coffee with Albert Einstein, travel to ancient Egypt, step into a famous painting, meet yourself in 30 years' time, try a new gender, become a giant Godzilla-like lizard and smash some skyscrapers, or just relax on the beach. The only limit is your imagination.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Tom. I love that. All three speakers have been absolutely fabulous to show the many different things that people learn from other minds. I certainly want to learn more from you, and you also know some fabulous other things as well. So do try and find Tom on the site. Okay, great. Thank you. Now we're going to throw it over to Emma, who's going to do a little quiz to see if people have been listening to everything that's been going on so far. So Emma, are you there, and can we throw it to you?
I am. Hi again, everyone. Hopefully, like Sam said, you've been listening carefully, because I'm going to ask you some questions from everything that we've been going through today. So we're going to play fastest finger first, and we're going to use the chat in the Zoom call. So get ready to type out your answers, and we've got some Audible credits for 3 winners who get the most questions correctly the quickest. So if everyone's ready, I'm going to start now, and we'll cast our minds back to the videos that Sam showed us at the beginning. So question 1, in the 8BM intro video, when the man was walking through the jungle, what animal did he meet? Was it A, a goat, B, a monkey, C, a zebra, or D, a snake? Oh, I can see some answers coming through.
Wow, some people were super quick then.
Very quick.
That was very
Before I
impressive.
finish the answers there. Well done, everyone. Right, I think we've got plenty there. So next question, what platform does 8 Billion Minds want to be a live version of? Is it A, Airbnb, B, Wikipedia, C, Duolingo, or D, the climate app? Very quick, everyone. Okay, question 3. What finances the cost of using our tech licenses, such as the virtual classroom? Is it A, Magic, B, cryptocurrency, C, Pure Hope, D, donations from the community and sponsorship? A, B, C, or D?
And some people even think the price it costs us. Very, very good.
Okay, well done, everyone. So that was the first section. So the intro video, the answer was D, snake. Question 2, what platform do we want to be a live version of? The answer was B, Wikipedia. And of course, the finances that we rely on are donations and sponsorships. Okay, next round. So does the platform find matches specifically for you and your interests? Yes or no? Very quick. Well done, everyone. Next one, how many lesson requests can you send? Is it 0, 1, 10, or infinite? 0, 1, 10, or infinite? And next one, what are the 2 ways you receive a lesson request? Is it A, a carrier pigeon, B, email, C, a howler, or D, a notification in the toolbar? So we're looking for 2 of those ways. Some interesting answers with that one. And the next one, what lights up 5 minutes before the lesson starts? Is it A, the whole screen, B, Sam's face, or C, the light bulb in the toolbar? Only one of those is correct, if you believe it. And the next question, what is one feature of the 8 Billion Minds whiteboard? Just one feature. Nice, well done, everyone, that one. So that's the second round. So question 4, does the platform find matches specifically for you? Yes, of course it does. So after signing up and entering the subjects that you want to teach and learn, the platform will find matches specifically tailored to you. You can have infinite lesson requests. The 2 ways you receive a lesson request are email and a notification in the toolbar. The light bulb, of course, lights up 5 minutes before the lesson starts. And lots of different features there, writing, drawing with the pen, inserting lines, arrow shapes, post-its, eraser, all sorts you could have had there. So we're on to the last one, last round. So a few questions now from our guest speakers and their presentation. So from Anthony's presentation, which continent does well-found work in? Well done, everyone. And what is one cause of the water crisis in Africa? And next one, on to Winnie's presentation. Can an object be in 2 different places at the same time, yes or no? Next one, how do you trap an ion? Constant electric field or oscillating electric field?
Cool. So fast then. That was amazing.
And now on to Tom's presentation about lucid dreaming. What percentage of people have knowingly experienced at least one lucid dream in their lifetime? Is it A, 5%, B, 45%, C, 55%, or D, 75%? Lots of answers there. And the last question of the quiz, what does WILD stand for? W-I-L-D. Is it A, wild intense lucid dreaming, B, writing in lucid dreaming, C, wake-induced lucid dreaming, or D, weirdness in lucid dreams? Well done, everyone. Very quick. So the last section, which continent does Worldfound work in? Of course, Africa. What is one cause of the water crisis in Africa? There was 4 there. You could have had climate change, lack of governance, population growth, and lack of infrastructure. On to Winnie's presentation. Can an object be in 2 different places at the same time? The answer is yes. How do you trap an ion? Oscillating electric field. 55% of people have knowingly experienced at least one lucid dream in their lifetime, and WILD stands for wake-induced lucid dream. So well done, everyone. So I think we've got some of our team there to top up the winners, so we'll let you know very shortly. I think we're going to move on to the Q&A next, Sam.
Absolutely. So we have lots of questions that we need to go through on the chat. If it helps, or to help us, if you can put the question again to the bottom of chat, that will help. But we might have been collecting some of them at the top. Izzy, have you found any?
So the first question, is, could we upload educational or tech videos or papers that members could view at their own leisure?
Yes, in essence, at the moment, I do believe you can do the papers. I think some formats of videos work, and we're working on screen sharing at the moment. So that's the next feature that we want to bring to the platform, because that is that's going to be very helpful for people. But we have to do some tech magic. So the devs are exploring how best to do that at the moment.
Okay, the next question is, has 8Billionminds been tested on mobiles and tablet devices? The answer is yes, it has. It works perfectly fine. Of course, probably most of you guys are on laptops right now, but you can go on your phone and it works just as well. So yeah, feel free. You can do lessons or teach lessons on the go. It's all there for you.
I think it's probably more tested on mobile than tablets. I think there's probably some tablets that some pages will look weirdly on. It's not beautiful on mobile, but it's functional at this point.
Yeah.
And we are working on version 2 of the platform, but that's a whole nother story. And that will be, let's say, it will look more like Airbnb. It will be incredibly polished, but this will still be 1 or 2 years away, unless we get a nice injection of funds.
Of course. So next question is, how are you going to approach safeguarding in child-adult meetings? Great question. Sam, would you like to, or would you like me to?
So at the moment, the platform is for 18-year-olds and above. Of course, we can't stop it if you've got a child that you feel comfortable, exchanging for your time on your profile, and you're in the room, then that's probably fine. But legally, we need to say that it's only for 18-year-olds and above. It is a very good question and something that we'll always be looking at. There's, if anything happens, if there's any strange people on the platform, it's self-regulated. So people will report those profiles to us and we'll moderate it and remove them, of course. And we'll be bringing, more features to make it even easier to do that. But if anything happens and you close down the classroom and you report them to us, just like all the other social networking sites, basically.
Okay. Next question, will there be a completion certificate in the future at the end of a lesson or a course?
Nice, very nice question. we'll be bringing some forms of gamification where you're getting badges and achievements on the platform. In terms of certification, in the lessons courses, that is definitely where we'd want to take the platform eventually, so that after a certain amount of time in learning a subject, or being able to say that you've done certain subtopics within a topic, that you say that you've done all of these routes, in a certain field such as algebra and geometry, then you get a certificate of being able to answer exam, etc. That is quite complicated to implement, but that is certainly something we want to create so that people can put it on the LinkedIn and they can use it for jobs, etc., etc.
Amazing. Okay, next question. Could sessions lessons be recorded and stored and shared through the platform?
They cannot be recorded at the moment. It's a great question. And that's also something that we're trying to put in. And then we can create a database of all the lessons that people have on 8 Billion Minds, and then other people can access those and look at other people's lessons. So that is something that we're looking at, and our fabulous devs will try and get that into the platform as soon as possible. Of course, it's just the beta platform at the moment, just the first version. And with your help, your feedback is so important. I can't stress that enough. With your feedback, we'll then know what we need to create. So please do get in touch as much as possible with your ideas and anything you see that's broken, etc.
Okay. Next technical question, maybe for the developers. What backend are you using to run the platform currently?
I don't know if we've got any of the devs on at the moment. If there's a dev on,
it's only me, but I'm front end. From memory, we're using JSP, Java Servlet Pages. I'm not too experienced in the back end, sorry. But yeah, the front end framework. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. The front end is the JSP. Yeah, that's front end. But it also involves CSS to, make it pretty.
Yeah, it's a relatively old tech stack at the moment, and version 2 of 8 Billion Minds will be using all the shiny new tech stuff, microservices and Kubernetes and lovely frameworks. So I think the devs are very excited by that. But V1 is the thing which can give impact to people around the world. So it's a great piece of tech that we've been able to create. Okay.
So just an open question here. So what kind of IP ownership and confidentiality do we sort of, is our policy?
Is this about the content created within lessons? If so, then it's not actually stored currently anywhere. I think you can access it again for a bit of time after your lesson, but then it just gets cleared. So I don't believe that we have to worry about any of that at the moment because it's all temporary.
Perfect. Okay. Next question is again for developers. What tech stack are you using for development?
Yeah, it's pretty similar to the previous one. So it's a JSP application, basic CSS, HTML, etc.
Okay. Do you plan moderate registrations and content? To moderate registrations and content.
The registrations, anyone can register as long as they fill out all of the details and they fill out that not a robot thing. It is like other social media platforms where it's self-regulated. The content only appears on the whiteboards, so we don't have to actually moderate any other content. Of course, if people upload strange profile pictures, then other people will be able to report it, and then we'll get notified. One of the interesting things is all the subjects that people can select from, and people can actually add new subjects to the platform. So we have a list of about 2,500 subjects at the moment. If you want to learn or share a subject which isn't in that list, you can just add it, and then we'll be moderating it behind the scenes and we'll be merging it with other subjects so we don't get a crazy list of subjects. So there is a bit of moderation in terms of the subject list.
Next great question coming up is teaching experience required? So I am happy to take this question from you, Sam. So teaching experience, you're welcome to share what you can teach and things that you know without any teaching experience. That when we were sort of demoing the platform for you, if there is a subject that you can share with someone, then you then on your sort of level of ability to explain it, you choose to share. But if you have teaching experience, then you can say to teach. And that also affects, you know, if someone wants to have a conversation with you, say you want to learn languages, say you want to learn German, if it's something that you can share, so you're a native German speaker, then you can have a conversation in German and learn like that. But if you want to learn more specifics of the German language, like grammar, then you would opt for someone who can teach. So no is the answer. You don't have to have teaching experience, but that's how we sort of manage the answers. Okay. Next question.
We've probably got to wrap it up, so maybe
Yeah.
just
One more question. Can we have adverts in our website to generate revenue in the future?
That is a nice idea. We could potentially put that in once we've got enough users, then we can do something like Duolingo, where we try and not annoy people with the adverts and say this is supporting the platform. We're not looking at that at the moment, but hopefully we can do it, you know, later on, and that can offset the cost so that the community doesn't have to pay for it all.
Perfect. Okay, so that's a wrap. Any other questions, we'll reply to them directly on the chat. So if we haven't answered anything, please look at the chat there.
There's a really nice question actually from Marina about suggesting random lesson of the hour on the main page. And I think that's a really lovely idea, because there are just so many different subjects in the human mind, and you know, you've kind of got to be shown what's on offer. So that's definitely something we're looking at for designing on version 2, is to make it a very exciting place for people to search and explore all the different possible subjects. And it could be exploring a world map. It could be, as you say, you have like, you know, hot topics right now or lesson of the hour. I think there's lots of fun things we can do that with providing new subjects to people. Sorry, back to you, Izzy.
No, so I think we're ready from the quiz. Let me know.
We are ready from the quiz, yes.
Perfect. Okay, Georgina, I'll send it over to you.
Lovely. I'll announce the answers. Oh my gosh, can I say, you guys, you were all so on it with like your speed. The chat was, we're trying to keep up and calculate it. It's like, oh my goodness. So congrats. Thanks all for taking part. We have 3 winners, but I'm going to announce them anyway as first, second and third. So joint second, we have, drum roll please. I'm going to do a little drum roll. Not sure how much that picks up, but in joint second, we have Sally Cropper and Tom Vardell. Woo! Which leaves in first place, drum roll please. Lovely, lovely. We have Merlin Bevan Stevenson. Awesome. You guys, top 3 winners. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking part in that.
Yeah, well done, everyone. Like Georgina said, that was super quick, so well done. And so to claim your Audible credits, if you want to drop your full name and your email address either in the chat in the Zoom call, or if you want to drop us an email at hello@8billionminds.com, we can arrange that for you and get your prizes to you. But well done, and thanks, everyone.
Great. And now I think we're wrapping up. So I've just got one slide to share, unless there's anything else before we do that. Here is the final slide of today. So first of all, everyone, thank you so much for attending. We have some call to actions for you. So now you're free to go and sign up at 8billionminds.com. List all the things you want to learn, all the things you want to share. if you have some lessons on the whiteboard, please get a screenshot or record a little snippet of it and send it to us. That would be so good for us to communicate that to other people. Share 8 Billion Minds with your friends if you can. Tell them the community is going to start from us. We're going to be the ones creating this new free education system. So you and your friends are vitally important. Otherwise, we just haven't got the resources to get the millions of people. But we'll keep working at it with organic growth. And number 4, please give us your feedback. We need your thoughts, ideas to know what to develop for you. We're 30 people doing this for all of you and everyone else around the world. So please tell us what you think and what we should be making and what things break, etc. And we'll actually be having weekly feedback sessions. We'll send an email out, perhaps tomorrow or the next day, with a link to the meet in which you can come to. It's actually on Sunday at UK time. It is 5:30 p.m. on this Sunday and the next few Sundays after that. So either come to those and tell us what you think, or send us an email, or leave. Or on the site, there's a feedback button on the bottom right. There's a feedback button that you can click and put in your thoughts. And there is our email addresses, hello@8billionminds.com, or reach out to me, samneff@gmail.com. And please find us on social media at 8billionminds. And with that, I do believe we have now finished the beta launch party. Please go and sign up. Remember those things to do. Thank you to all of our speakers. And most importantly, thank you to all the amazing volunteers on 8 Billion Minds making this thing happen. There's probably been over 100 over the last few years, and we do have a super team, and without them I would certainly not still be doing it, and we certainly wouldn't have such a great platform right now. So unless there's anything else, thank you all so much. Have a lovely day and see you on 8 Billion Minds. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Bye, everyone. Really playing in the background.
Ciao, ciao.